Get your pencils and papers ready because I have this week's trivia question. Corey's asked me to ask you if you know what his middle name is. His real name is Corey Hart, but what is Corey's middle name? If you know the answer, write good Rockin Tonite, and here's what you can win.
Your grasp of video as a visual medium is so strong. Well, once we spoke before, and you were telling me about the plot you were developing for Boy in the Box, and you said it won't make sense to you as I say it, and it didn't really. I mean,
right.
But you said when you see it, it will make sense, and it did.
Right.
Now, where does that come from? Do you watch a lot of movies? Are you a student of film?
No, I'm really not. I enjoy watching films, and I enjoy, particularly since I've been in video, I've become more keen on seeing different type of film. I think that being the sort of architect of the song gives me an insight into how I'd like it visually to be portrayed, and for each song that I've done, Boy in the Box was the most, I'd say, not innovative, but I'd say it was probably the most experimental in terms of following the storyline for my songs, where I really tried to do something different with it. I enjoy doing the videos. I think that as far as my image and what I project, I'm learning to try and push that a little bit further as I do more videos.
I know you've worn the same pair of jeans to every show for the last 8 months. I know you probably still drive that old green beat-up Mustang, whatever it is. Right. But, I mean, your life must have changed, you know. Your life has changed in other ways. You can't walk down the street. You go everywhere with an entourage. I mean, it's a fairly insulated life. You know?
Boy in a Box, isn't it?
Boy in a Box, right. Do you resent that? I mean, is it hard to cope with?
I think it is not something I resent, but it's something that is difficult at times for me to deal with. And I have a feeling that when I'm touring and when I'm out there and in different cities as Corey Hart, I think it just makes it all the more difficult, whereas if I just pulled myself away from the spotlight for a while, things would probably ease up a little bit.
So will that happen in the next one?
Well, I'm hoping. I got my fingers crossed. And notoriety and being recognized is something that you can't ever envision what it will feel like, and you can't plan how to react and how not to react for something like that. It just happens, and either you can deal with it or you can't. And right now I'm still very much learning how to deal with it. I never want, you know, people that, you know, appreciate what I do to feel intimidated to come up to me and ask me for an autograph or say hello.
Does it intimidate you, though?
It does, in terms of knowing that I can go to very remote parts of North America and someone will tap me on the shoulder and say, can I have your autograph? It doesn't...
Like Steen told me once he climbed a mountain in Tibet, and there's a little sandwich shack there, and the guy had a ghetto blaster,
really?
And it had synchronicity on it.
There you go. There you go. So I'll probably try Nepal and see what happens there.
What's your personal favorite of your repertoire?
I always like the newer things I've written, so it's probably songs that nobody knows of as yet. But on the 2 albums that people are familiar with, I think one of the best songs that I've written is Eurasian Eyes. And I think because it's a very personal song, and one that I had trouble writing for a number of years, that when it was finally written, I felt good about having finally let that out.
Yeah.
And also in terms of musically, I think it captures the passion as well as the vocal and the lyrics, too.
The future,
as it applies to Corey, is really what he sets as a goal for himself. I'm a firm believer that whatever Corey decides to do, he will achieve. He has a sixth sense on what his abilities are, and he also is uncanny in his approach to achieving what he sets out to do. And the future is his. It depends on what he decides to do.
Before we say goodnight, I'd like to thank everyone that was a part of the show. I'd like to thank Greg Quill for doing the interview, and the guys in my band for talking to you out there, and all the guys in the crew, and everyone that was a part of the show. Especially like to thank Good Rockin Tonite, who've always supported me and played Sunglasses at Night video probably before anyone else in the whole world, and always giving me interviews and giving me the opportunity to talk to you at home. So I'd like to thank them. And we're going to end this show with a clip from my concerts, which is the moment that I cherish the most when I play live, which is at the end of the show, and I come out alone and they put the house lights on, and I get to see the fans out there that believe in me and that have given me so much fulfillment and have made this past year the best of my life. So when you watch this, know that I'm out there for you guys. Good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, Corey Hart live in the MuchMusic offices when we get back here. This is kind of neat. I think about 3 years ago, I got word from somebody who said, quote unquote, "You will never ever interview me, ever ever." So that was this man right here, Corey Hart.
Never, never.
Well, what do you think now? What do you think now, Mr. Corey Hart?
I'm gone. See you guys. Talk to the chair.
You know what? I've interviewed chairs before. You're not one of them, believe me.
Tables are better than chairs.
Where you been,
Steve?
You don't call.
I don't know.
You don't write.
I feel it's like one of your old war buddies that got shot and died.
Yeah.
Never stayed in touch.
I have this terrible fear, and I can understand why you probably said I don't want you to interview me, because the thing would become so self-gratuitous.
Yes, self-aggrandizing.
Inside jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you just do the punchlines of some inside jokes that we both know, and everybody at home will just have to guess.
Who's going to set them up?
I don't
you
know.
and me. Have you seen your, do you remember your performance in Boy in the Box? I mean, is it a vivid recollection for you?
Well, I have a funny feeling that somebody's arranged to
show it?
To show that. Yeah.
You were great.
Are we going to actually
You were in
show
the cage.
Well, before we roll this, I just have to set this up. This was, ironically enough, Corey was doing that world touring thing and ended up in London.
Yep.
To do the Boy in the Box video.
And who calls early in the morning one day and said, "Guess who's here?
Yeah.
Steve!"
I was tagging around.
And I said, "Well, what are you doing this afternoon?" And you go, "Nothing, you know, I don't want to see Buckingham Palace. I don't want to see the River Thames. I want to hang out with Corey and do a video." And so I thought, well, what's the worst part I could possibly have you do in the video? And
Actually, there were two roles.
There were two roles. What was the second one?
Well, the first one was having some makeup person take mud from a field and just kind of put it all in my...
Right.
Yeah. And
which complimented your looks.
Thanks very much. I recall that. I appreciate that always. Shut up. And the other one was as some kind of vagabond on a street scene, and this thing was shot 4 or 5 times. It was 4 or 5 times that we shot this thing, and I'll just show you. This is, can we see this now?
See it?
Yeah, let's see the freeze first.
Okay, there I look dumb running. I'm always running.
There in the right front, foreground, that's Corey, and there's me, my shining light as a thespian in the back. All right? You can make out.
But, Steve,
yes.
It ranks up there with my performance before I Am By Your Side.
Have you been taking acting lessons?
Only do a few things. Yes.
Okay, let's see if we can roll that clip and do it in slow-mo. Deliberately, 5 takes for this thing. And Corey could do anything. He makes a beeline for me just to smash into me. Look at this. Yeah. 5 takes. 5 takes to smash into me. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, well.
What about blowing the box? What are you going to ask me next?
I'm not going to ask you about that. I'm not going to dwell.
I like your shirt. Are you into cows?
Well, I don't know. I like other people's cows, so to speak.
So to speak.
There's a joke there.
Okay.
So where you been? You haven't been, normally, is Montreal still home?
Yeah, Montreal's still home.
But you haven't been?
My pillow is in Montreal.
What?
No, I've been around.
You couldn't have been in Montreal because you don't answer my phone calls and my letters. No, I'm looking.
I've been in Montreal. I took basically pulled back, as it may be quite evident to some of the people out there. I just felt I needed some time to put my career in perspective and put my LIFE in perspective.
Yeah.
Did I spell it right?
Yeah. Was it, so LA was one of the, I'm saying LA, I'm assuming LA. Were you at home?
Hello?
Okay, hang on a second, I gotta get rid of them.
No. Oh, you're gonna do your thing?
No, I'm not. Oh, this never works because you can't see it.
Hello, sir. How you doing?
I'm gonna take a piece of gum and put it up there and see if they'll, there you go. There you go. You still thrilled to see those folks?
I certainly am. I haven't seen them in a long time.
Yeah? They're hiding.
If you can hear me out there, it's great to see you, and I appreciate you coming out. Break the window.
Yeah. Just make as much noise as you can during this interview as possible. It's really thrilling. Just keep pounding. They can't hear? Corey, you tell them to listen to you.
No. All right.
So you're
So I was
just traveling the world, getting your space again?
Yeah.
Discovering yourself?
Discovering, what was the thing you were talking about, channeling?
Yeah, channeling.
Finding your center?
Yeah.
It's an interesting thought process when you try and find your center. I just felt that I needed to pull back a little bit. I think that the 85, 86, 87 period with Boy in the Box, Fields of Fire, it was just a lot to deal with on a lot of different levels.
I wanted to ask you this. Was it a personal pressure you put on yourself to
Is that a wedding ring?
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
It could be, though. You're going to choose something, aren't you?
No, I'm not.
I know
I like
you
your
are.
girlfriend a lot. She was very nice. It's a pity.
I've lost it. Basically, that's the end of the interview now.
I told you this was a dangerous prospect of having two friends talk.
After the Boy in the Box album,
yes, which I appreciate the moniker. Thanks.
Oh.
In the car. For those of you that don't know, I was playing with this idea about a song for James Dean. And one afternoon in the car, I'm listening to the radio station on AM because my car didn't get FM. And out comes this voice booming saying, "It's the Boy in the Box." And it was Steve Anthony in Montreal.
Oh, thank you. And you did phone me.
I did phone you.
And you did say that you heard that.
Got a clearance on it.
And I thought I'd said something that you didn't like. You said, "I want to talk to you about something." And I thought you were going to give me hell about something.
We were in New York. I think you came down and saw a show at Radio City.
Yeah.
And then we were having a smoked meat sandwich after, and I think I told you I had a surprise for you on the next record. But this is very boring to a lot of people.
Yeah. Okay, well, the funny stories we'll tell you later. After Boy in the Box and Fields of Fire, was there personal pressure to get that album out so fast? Because it did come out really quick.
Fields of Fire?
Yeah.
I was just talking about that today in an interview that, there was a couple of songs. I think Everything in My Heart and Eurasian Eyes was still on the charts, and I was still touring in support of that album in February, March, and then in April, I went in the studio and started recording Fields of Fire, while Boy in the Box was still on the charts. And, I have no one to blame if there's going to be any blame for it other than myself, because it's just a very natural thing for me to want to, when I've written songs, to go in the studio and record. Right. And the record company was, overjoyed that I was so, zealous to get in the studio and make the next album. But in retrospect, and now that I'm so much wiser...
But no older, by the way. Corey Hart does not age.
Corey Hart, this knit in my brow is deep. What was I saying? Basically, I felt that, now that I look back, I think I probably should have taken a little bit more time, but there's some songs on First Fire that I'm very proud of.
Well, there's great stuff. It's just a matter of the public.
Yeah, absolutely.
The public being...
It's
out of sight, out of mind.
I talked about it on the new album, Diamond Cowboy, which is sort of addresses the whole chronology and history, I think, of me going through what I went through with Boy in the Box and the albums after that.
Okay, let's do some music video here, and we'll be back in all of 3 minutes and 27 seconds. Maybe we should just set up the video. This is the same. This is done by the same guy who did.
This is the director, Merritt Avis. He's an Irish guy, and I met him on Young Men Running. I did the In Your Soul video with him.
Yeah.
And he's brilliant. He did a brilliant job on this one. And I basically wanted to capture the energy and the fun in the song, and maybe practice tomorrow. So
She'll see right
he
off
got
the
that
top.
out of me.
Yeah. Okay, that's a great setup. So, it's the first release from the Bang album. Hey, can we get you guys to play air guitar?
Bang,
Get you guys to play air guitar along with it. Here's a little Corey Hart.
Nuts.
Two featured performers other than yourself on that video.
Kenny, the wild man on drums, Kenny Aronoff.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know, is John Cougar's drummer. And hopefully he'll be my drummer this summer when I tour. I think he's going to come out with me, which is great. And Ruby Turner, who I met a couple years back, and is just a brilliant singer and a terrific lady.
Yeah. Why Kenny? I mean, there are some drummers.
Well, Kenny is, I love the sound of those John Mellencamp records, the energy that comes off it. And I just always liked him, always admired his work, and just really called him up out of the blue and asked him if he'd be interested in playing on Corey Hart record.
What did he have, though probably he would have been out of line, but did he have any reflections on working with you versus working with John, or similarities or anything like that?
Well, I have to watch what I say. No, but what was interesting, it's a good question. He said when we were doing Bang, basically, he learned the songs the day we would track them. That's how all the guys learned them that way. I kind of really wanted to get mistakes and a lot of impulse out of it. And Kenny said that it felt, whatever analogy you want to drop in this, he said it felt that it was like American Fool for him, the same kind of energy, that he got sort of a hunger from me that he had got from John when he did that record. Yeah. So if it does as well as that one, that's good.
Between now and by the way, when will there be a tour?
We're looking at a summer tour. I'm going to do some dates in Europe in June.
Great.
And
and all of you are invited.
All of you are personally invited to
Yeah.
hang out with us.
You can ride on the tour bus.
And Steve's the opening act. He's doing comedy, a half hour of comedy.
No, I got five minutes of magic.
Now, come on, you're a frustrated comic. Obviously, by the way you conduct yourself here, you're a frustrated comic.
I'm trying to be a rocket scientist. This is what people don't understand. I'm not trying to be funny at all.
You're not?
I'm trying to be dead serious.
Because you don't succeed.
Thanks very much.
Yeah, go on. So if you want to open, or if you want to hang out on the road, if Much wants to do anything on the road with me, and they want to send you out, I'd be very, very happy.
I'd be very flattered. I'd be flattered to do that. Canada, is Canada the nut to crack now? I mean, you're from here. America recognized you, like, right off the bat, MTV and all the radio stations in the States. Canada held your banner real high, and then there was Japan and all the other places. Is Canada the nut to crack for you now that you're starting out again?
Well,
And I say that after the sabbatical that you took.
I feel that every country, you know, there's a few countries I haven't toured in Europe particularly, and Australia for one, which isn't in Europe. Good thing I studied geography, isn't it? In any event, no, I don't think there's one particular country that I would suggest would be one that I need to crack or anything like that. I'm real proud of the new album. I'm real positive. I feel in good shape, you know, physically and centered again, as we talked about earlier. So I think that Canada's a country that's real important to me because it's my home, and I have a lot of great fans out there that I think have been a bit frustrated by my lack of...
excuse me. Come in?
Come in. I just think that there's some people out there that have been asking questions about where I've been and deserve me to go out there and play some good shows for them, and I hope they like the new record. I'm real proud of it. Thanks.
I guess they do. Excuse me? I'm sorry. What was that? Something about I don't know.
Now, there's a song on the record called Icon.
Yes.
What'd you think of it?
I wanted to ask you about the closing cut on the album, actually.
Okay. That's it's called Ballad for Nian Sheng.
Yep.
It's an instrumental.
Yeah.
It's the first time I've ever done that. And it was a book that I wrote some of the songs in Mexico. Most of the songs on this album, I went down to Mexico for about 6 weeks. And this Ballad for Nian Sheng was inspired by the book Life and Death in Shanghai. It's a woman that was in prison during the Cultural Revolution, and the story really gripped me, and I was absolutely absorbed by it and her strength, and she's someone that I greatly admire in terms of how she never compromised her principles. And thus born the song.
It's very pretty. It's a mood setter. Somebody's going to steal it and use it as a jingle for a commercial.
They better not.
They might. What should I think? I like the song Icon. What should
you be thinking about?
Yeah, what should I think that was a setup question kind of thing.
No, it wasn't a setup question. I just thought you said
a favorite of yours?
I was going to say you're the prototype for it, but no, I'm very fond of you, and it's starting to show. I'm blushing.
Wait a second, excuse me.
No.
I'm only kidding.
But no, Icon is just a fun song. It's satire. I think it pokes. It's self-effacing, and it knocks down the absurdity of the celebrity, which I think needed to be done.
So right now, right across the country, touring through the States, just you're doing a promo thing?
No, basically I'm here in Toronto. I'm doing a couple things.
Oh, great.
I mean, as we said earlier, I've not done an interview much in 5 years. I was at the old building.
Yeah.
And J.D. Roberts did the interview.
J.D. who?
And the building and J.D. aren't here anymore.
J.D. who?
Oh, okay.
J.D.'s long gone, so is the building. Anyway, it's really good to see you, and I think we're going to go eat Indian.
All right.
All right. What are we going to play? What are we going to play to get out of here? Gentlemen and ladies? There you go. Thanks again.
My pleasure.
All right.
See you soon.
Corey Hart and In Your Soul. My music in stereo.
Bye.